everybody. I'm Josh.
And I'm Rachel. And if you're coming to Las Vegas, one of the things on your list is probably a great steakhouse, and there are a wealth of them here in Las Vegas.
We've tried well over 20 of them here in the city, and we want to share with you some of the ones that we think are the best in different categories, so you can hopefully have the best experience while in Las Vegas.
Let's go.
Here we go.
All right, so if you're like us, the tough thing to do is try to rank things. It's very hard for us to say, you know, a top 5 or a top 10, so we're gonna try to break it down into some of the best ones that you can try for different areas that you're in or what you're looking for. The first one that we wanted to talk about is new steakhouses. So over the past year, there's 2 of them that have really stood out to us. The first one was Carver Steak, which we actually had within the first month of opening over at Resorts World.
Man, it was amazing. The sear on there, the service. I just can't say enough about how well that rib cap was that Josh had. It was so tasty.
Yeah, Carver Steak is definitely more of a new modern style steakhouse. When we walked in, there were giant TV screens across the way, which I think can throw some people off, but it actually adds a little bit more new style, and that's on the bar side. There is another dining room side, which we did not eat in, but it actually is immaculate. Very beautiful.
The other really cool part about Carver Steak that I took away from it was they let you pick your steak knife. They come out with this little box full of different steaks, and you get to choose. So I thought that was a very unique experience.
Yeah, it really adds a lot to the experience, whereas a lot of times you just sit down, there's your utensils, go. We also, and this is not steak, but lobster and kraut, which is something we've never had before, was one of the standout dishes as well, along with the steak, which was amazing. It also has a lot of the classic stuff, and we did end up doing a baked Alaska there, which you can't get everywhere, which is huge, but you'll definitely want to check that one out.
The other place that we are putting in is one of the top steakhouses over the past year. We actually got to visit within the first 2 weeks of opening, and that's Toca Madera. And I will tell you, that place is fancy.
Yes.
They did a huge remodel in the area that used to be the pub over at Aria, and it is well worth just visiting to see the new look. Fire.
Yeah, the room itself.
It was amazing.
The room itself really takes you to a different world.
Yes.
You have no idea where you are because it is such a different experience, and really does put on everything. You know, we had a saxophone player, we had fire dancers. The service was awesome, and then our steak.
Oh,
that is one of the best steaks I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
We ended up doing a tomahawk steak, which then
with bone marrow.
Yeah, which got lit on fire, tableside, carved tableside. If you're going for an experience at a steakhouse, this is definitely one of them that you want to try.
And to top it off, the cocktails there were on par. They were delicious.
If you're a margarita person like we are, you will love it. Going away from new ones, downtown. If you're in the downtown area, for us, the best one was Vic and Anthony's. We actually just went there our last trip, and we really enjoyed it.
Again, it's that classic vibe. It's off the casino floor, and you are transported to what I would call classic Vegas. And our service there, again, was outstanding. You can't say much when the service is on par and the steak is just as good.
Yes, the steaks were very good. We had an amazing crab cake. We did call the rib cap one of the best tasting steaks. Still could have used a little bit more sear for me, but the steak taste was so good.
It was really delicious.
And Rachel keeps using the term classic. If you are looking for a Vegas classic place you got to try, Golden Steer. This is also a little bit off strip, not very far though, but it takes you back to the Rat Pack days. They've got booths for Marilyn Monroe, John Wayne, and Frank Sinatra.
In addition to that fun atmosphere and classic vibe, we had tableside presentations from our salad to our dessert, including the carving of our steak. Every single piece of it was just something unique that we hadn't seen before here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, if you're going for the most classic place to try, you definitely got to get over there. You got the waiters in suits.
That's right.
I think one of the coolest things also was the dessert. Like Cherry's Jubilee, which they cook right at your tableside, flames going all over the place. Everything was awesome, and if you're into that tableside presentation like we are, you're definitely going to want to try that.
And for those of you who are a little bit nervous, especially since we're talking steakhouses, this one is actually budget friendly. The Golden Steer hits that budget friendly mark.
It does.
With a still very good very classic feel.
Speaking of not budget friendly,
That's why I said it.
we have a couple places listed
Yeah.
as far as the best steakhouses here on the Strip. One of them was SW Steakhouse over at Wynn.
Still the best steak I've had.
Yes, we are huge Wynn fanboys and girls.
Yes.
Everything about it is awesome, and we ended up with the best table you could ask for.
I was
We were
just gonna say the table.
yes, dead center on the patio, right along the rail. We got to take in the show, which you're on the Lake of Dreams show area, and if you are there after dark, you get to take in a new show every 30 minutes. The steak itself was amazing. Hardest sear I've ever had.
Best
so good.
steak in Vegas still to this day.
Yes, we ended up doing a T-bone there. Price is not easy there though. So
No.
yeah, go in there with a fresh credit card bill ready to spend. But it was amazing. Service was awesome. And the atmosphere is so cool because you do have that Lake of Dreams right there that you can just keep watching.
Another one of our favorites here on the Strip, and again, you're gonna pay for it a little bit. The price is up there, is Cut by Wolfgang Puck over in the Venetian shops.
Yep.
It is so good, so tasty.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a odd experience where the service was a little bit slow,
Just to start with.
but the food killed it.
Yes.
Everything that we ate there was amazing. We ended up starting with some halibut for our appetizer. We did a T-bone there as well, and I thought that the T-bone, the fillet side of that T-bone was actually better than over at SW. Rachel liked the New York over
liked
at
the
SW.
New York
So that's where we're
SW.
kind of split on that one when you're trying to pick a favorite steakhouse. But there was an awesome cheesecake.
Oh, that cheesecake. was
Yes,
so
that
good.
Spanish style cheesecake we
Yeah.
had never had before, and it was so good.
And the service did pick up.
Yes, it was a little bit slow in the beginning, but actually once we got going, it was very good. If steak is not what you're into, be sure to check out the rest of our videos because we have over 100 Las Vegas restaurant reviews.
Now, best of the best. As Josh has
Wait,
mentioned.
let's hold up.
Okay.
Let's talk about some new ones before we get to that. You're gonna have to stick around for best of the best. There are some new ones coming up that we have not tried or that are new to Vegas. So places that we still want to try includes Gordon Ramsay Steak over at Paris, Delmonico at Venetian, Off Strip, Herbs and Rye. Every local talks about it being the best steakhouse. We have not tried it yet. And then Harlow's Steak. This is actually a newer one, but it's a little ways off Strip. Those are some of the ones that we want to try. And then steakhouses coming to the Strip in 2023 includes Peter Luger's Steakhouse, which is a iconic New York City steakhouse that is going to be coming over to Caesar's Palace. Now, best of the best,
Biz Army.
Bizarre Meat by Jose Andres. It is over at the Sahara, so it's a hike to get there because most people aren't staying at Sahara.
But it is amazing. From the minute you walk into Biz Army, it is something spectacular to view. The decorations on the wall, the dark, cozy feeling of a steakhouse, and then they have this meat cabinet where you get to pick your steak from. It is fantastic.
Yes. Again, it's not super cheap, but it is amazing. The flavors are awesome. We did have a beef tartare that was done tableside, and
We
that
had
was awesome.
Cotton candy foie gras. It was fantastic. Probably one of the
Crazy.
best bites I've ever had.
It sounds insane, but it was
But it
so
was so
delicious.
good.
And then the main event was the steak, and it was delicious.
I think that's the first place we had even tried the finishing salt on a steak, and man, that can just take over.
It might not have been the first place that we tried finishing steak, but it was definitely the first place that brought it out to us. So we got to add it as we went. And boy, I would love it every single time if we could. If you're enjoying our videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe.
You can also follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All our links are down below.
And while you're out there, let us know which steakhouse is your favorite and which ones we missed.